This game preview is brought to you by Manscaped's Premium Ultra Soft Boxer Briefs 2.0, complete with the all-new jewel pouch to protect your stones. Use the promo code SACCITY for 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Manscaped, the perfect tools to protect your jewels.
Our next game on the slate is the New England Patriots traveling to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Last season, the Dolphins swept the Patriots. The third straight season. Restart here. Dolphins, Patriots. Patriots got swept by the Dolphins last year for the first time since 2000. Only 4 teams have ever swept a Bill Belichick team, including the Dolphins in 2000, the Bills in 2000, or the Jets in 2000, and the Bills in 2020. It's always hard, though, whenever New England travels to Miami. Like, that is the storyline I feel like that's most talked about right now. Bill Belichick just cannot win in Miami. He's 9-13 on the road there, lost 7 of their last 9 trips. What is it? Like, what is, like, I know you laugh at the mental talk or like at all that, but what actually is the problem with teams traveling to Miami, especially a team like the Patriots?
It's anybody when you travel on the road to a team that's not terrible. Like, I get we want to make this more than it is, but it is a big deal they don't beat them on the road. But that's a division rival. I mean, you could probably go look at some other teams, how the Niners own the Rams, or like this is a division game, regardless of how good or bad these rosters are. It's a division game on the road in the middle of summer, still damn near. I mean, we're just ending summer. It's hot. Let me tell you something. It's hot and humid and muggy, and these guys are coming from New England and don't want to be down there. Yeah, it's a problem. It's not. I don't want to attribute it to Bill Belichick or coaching or anything like that.
So against the division rivals for Bill Belichick, the Bills 19-3 when traveling to Buffalo, 17-5 when traveling to the Jets. So it's a drastic difference.
Yeah, that Miami's a tough place to play, and it is a division opponent. But let's also be honest, Miami's roster has not been terrible. The Jets and the Bills at times had terrible rosters, bad rosters, and again, the Jets have what 5 times at their home field against the Patriots against Belichick, and we probably can attribute those 5 times to when Rex Ryan was there, when they were going to AFC Championship games, and that stuff. So that all comes into play. Miami's not an easy place to play. Kansas City, Seattle, Green Bay, New England. Like, there's tough places to play, and it's not anything to do with whether you can coach or you can't coach or the matchup at the time, because over the course of, what did you say, 9-13, that's 22 games. That's 11 years. It's 11 years, actually, no, I'm sorry, that's 22 years if you're talking about just road games. That's 22 years of Belichick coaching. How many different players, different situations have been in that locker room? And that includes the GOAT, Tom Brady, and different teams. So I just think it's one of those matchups where Miami gets up for it. Usually it's early or late in the season. There's been times where the Patriots are playing for nothing late in the season and they lose to Miami. And then you get early in the season where the Patriots struggle out of the gate and they lose to Miami. I would argue during the Belichick era, if you played Miami and New England in Miami in October or November, the Patriots would have won more than enough games. I truly believe that.
Now we're playing games here. Now we're playing games. Now we're playing.
I'm dead serious because again,
I get it.
The situation of playing the first game of the year or the last game of the year, like they often do, is a difference, and it matters. New England's known to be a slow starter over the course of the Brady era. At least they've been known to start slow, going 2-2 and 3-3. And then on the back end, a lot of times they had already locked up their position and they didn't play starters the entire game at the end. So we're not accounting for every factor. I'm just saying I think there would be a lot more. If we dove into that, I think there'd be a lot more wins on the New England side had this game be played just in the middle of the season when it mattered. Okay. So maybe you can do some of your research at your job and figure that out.
Yeah, no, that's why we pay people that. That's
how many times have they played the first 2 games or last 2 games of the season? You should pay somebody to do that.
I do know that this is the 3rd straight season that these teams match up in week 1. That's 3
of 22. Like already.
There you go. Okay. All right. There you go. All right. Let's go more into this game and talk about some players here. Obviously a big addition to the Miami Dolphins team was Tyreek Hill, bringing him giving Tua Tagovailoa a big time weapon. Do you think that we will see those two guys get off to a hot start, or do you think it'll take some time for Tua and Tyreek Hill to get that rhythm?
Did you watch the preseason game where the first play of the game he just went 60 yards and said, "Okay, that's enough. I got my rhythm." It's not hard to get Tyreek Hill the ball. That's the thing. It's really not hard to get him the ball. He's a guy that once you put the ball in his hands, he's going to make big plays. They got two of those guys on their team. I think it's going to be come out of the game. I told you, this might be one of the more scary offenses in football this year. I really believe that. The weapons that they have with Cedric Wilson and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, I think are up there with arguably some of the best in football from a talent perspective. Now it's just about Tua getting those guys the football and making that come to fruition. So I think they'll hit the ground running. I think they have a point to prove, and I think Tua is playing with a chip on his shoulder. I expect big things from this Dolphins offense this year.
Okay. On the other side is your boy, Mac Jones, and you've been known to talk about Mac Jones. I'll just put it that way. You've been known to talk about Mac Jones and have some negative thoughts towards him. This season is almost like a prove-it year for Mac Jones to see if he can actually be the guy in New England to get them not get them over the hump, but like to be a difference maker. This is the year for Mac Jones to prove if he can be a difference maker for this team or not. What are you hoping to see from him early on in the season and particularly in this game?
From him, nothing. I think Mac Jones is what he is. I think Mac Jones is the quarterback that can be you put him in and he's not going to kill you oftentimes, but he's not going to go out and win you games either. I don't think he has that high ceiling that people seem to think he has. Yeah, he's accurate with the football, one of the more accurate quarterbacks in football, but I think his statuesque ability does not play well in today's NFL. And everybody wants to talk about Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. Those guys are on a different level. They played in an NFL where that type of quarterback was successful and transitioned to an NFL as it was transitioning to the mobile quarterback, but already knew so much about defenses that he picked you apart. Defenses have changed. Mac Jones is still trying to learn that, and he doesn't have the time to learn that and learn how to be mobile or move in the pocket. Like I just think he's at a disadvantage from a superstar perspective. Now, if people want to get on me because I said he's going to be a backup in the draft, sure, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, like I do believe he can play football, but yeah, to tell me that that's the future, that's the guy that's going to go take you and be the next Tom Brady or close to it or try to win Super Bowls, I don't buy it. I don't think that he has that in him. I think he's more Jimmy Garoppolo-esque with better accuracy than he is, one of the superstar quarterbacks in this league. And I think that's a disappointment when you draft a first-round quarterback. I think you can find Jimmy Garoppolo's late. I feel like you can find those guys later in the draft. Shout out Bailey Zappi. Put that man in and let him cook.
Let Bailey Zappi cook. That's
it's really up to Belichick and how they want to run that offense. Are they going to let him unleash and show it, or are they going to be scared and just hand the ball off as many times as they did last year and let Mac Jones throw 22 touchdowns and 13 picks?
So I'm assuming this is an easy answer. Which quarterback has the better day on Sunday? What is it, Tua or Mac Jones?
Tua for a number of reasons. Number one, matchup. I think the Dolphins secondary is better than the Patriots. I think the Dolphins defense is better than the Patriots. So I'll take Tua in that one. I think it's pretty easy.
Okay, what do you got for a score?
I'll take Miami in this one, and I don't think it's a blowout because it's a division game, but I don't think it's close either. I think Miami's offense scores a lot of points. I would take Miami 31-20.
I'll take Miami 24-23. I think this kind of comes down to the wire. I think in the game itself, I think it takes some time for we see a slow start from the Dolphins, but I think they finish the job, and I think they get the job done. 24-23. AJ has the
Dylan has the Dolphins over the Patriots.
AJ has the Dolphins over the Patriots as well. 27-20 is AJ's prediction.